What's up, guys? I just wanted to make a quick video because I got called crazy today. So, I'm talking to my friend. We're talking about basketball, off season, a bunch of exciting stuff happening and stuff. And then I get called crazy because I said that Timberwolves would be foolish not to take the Cavs offer for Kevin Love. Now I know what you guys are thinking, or at least some of you guys are thinking, with Golden State in the running and what the Cavs offered them. You wouldn't think that that would be their best option, but really it is. Let me tell you why. First of all, the Warriors offered them. They offered them David Lee, Harrison Barnes, and Klay Thompson. 3 good players, while the Cavaliers offered them Andrew Wiggins, an unproven rookie, Anthony Bennett, we all know about him, and a first round pick, which would probably be like 25 to 30, because the Cavs are going to be good. So I can understand why people might say, "Oh no, the Warriors offer is way better. At least you're getting players that are proven." Let me tell you something. First of all, the Timberwolves have been bad for I don't know how long. I think it was like 3 years, even before KG left, they were still a bad team. It wasn't until like the early 2000s when they were actually a good team, like a good playoff team. So they've been bad for a long time. You draft Kevin Love. In 7 years, still not able to make the playoffs. First of all, Kevin Love is a beast. I don't care what anybody says. 26-12, nobody's doing that in the modern NBA. Nobody. And he's done it countless years. 25-15, I think last year. He's just been killing it lately. So let's not say Kevin Love is not a beast. He's a beast. But anyway, back to my point. They haven't made the playoffs in a long time. So why would you take the Cavs offer instead of the offer the Warriors gave you, and yet they're proven players and the Cavs players are not proven? Bennett, first of all, I think Bennett is going to have a decent season. I'm not saying he's going to be worthy of that number 1 pick ever, but I think he's going to be a decent player in the league. Wiggins, the sky's the limit for Wiggins. I think he's going to be a star. He's too crazy athletic to not be a star. People always say, "Oh, well, he doesn't have a jump shot." LeBron didn't have a jump shot when he came into the league. LeBron's jump shot was terrible when he came into the league. Couldn't make a 3 or anything to save his life. And now he's the best player in the world. So give him time. He'll develop a jump shot. And people talk about his handles. Give him time. He'll become a better ball handler. LeBron's not even a great ball handler. He's a great, he's a controlled ball handler, but you don't see him, doing any killer crossover or anything like that. So just give him a couple years. He'll be a star in this league. Mark my words. But that's just my opinion. So anyway, back to the topic. Why would you take the Cavs offer instead of the Warriors offer? And I just have this to say. The Timberwolves are in the Western Conference. Now, what that means is this. There are 8 teams I can name on the top of my head that are better than Timberwolves, no matter what they do. The San Antonio Spurs, Clippers, I'm not even going to name them all. You guys know. The 8 teams that made the playoffs, they're all better than the Timberwolves, no matter what they do. So no matter what they do, even if they trade for the Warriors and get those 3 players, and even if they have good seasons, David Lee decides to play 82 games for once in his career. If he decides, they get everything they could out of those players, they're still not going to make the playoffs. They're just going to be a middle-of-the-pack team once again, get a, 15th pick in the draft, which, you never want to be middle of the pack. Either you want to be really good or you want to be really terrible so you can get a good draft pick. But the Timberwolves, by trading with the Warriors, they'll be good enough to get, maybe the 9th or 10th seed in the West, which is like, I don't know, 45 wins. Which, if they were in the East, you'll take it. At least you're in the playoffs because you've been you haven't made the playoffs in so long. But you're not. You're in the West, and you're not going to make the playoffs with that team. Now, David Lee, who knows how much longer he's going to play. And if he does play for a long, who knows how much longer he's going to play like he's playing. Klay Thompson is good, but, I mean, he's not like a first option good, no matter what. I don't think he doesn't do enough to, elevate his game. All he does is really shoot. He's a great defender, and he's a great shooter, but to run a team around him, no. Harrison Barnes, good, just third option in the team, maybe one day in his career, but I don't see him getting any better than that. So that's what you're getting. You're not going to do anything with that. Plus David Lee's contract. Klay Thompson's going to want, a big contract once, in a couple years. I don't know. I'm not sure of his contract. So he's going to want a big contract. And do you really want to pay him? And Harrison Barnes, probably the same thing. Klay Thompson and Harrison Barnes are probably going to end up walking anyway. They're just going to be walking away. Where if you trade with the Cavs, you get Andrew Wiggins, which, like I said, is the sky's the limit for him. I think everybody knows the sky's the limit for him, except people who are haters. But the sky's the limit for him. Anthony Bennett, although he had a bad year, he was injured, and he did start showing signs toward the end of the season that he could at least play in the NBA. And in the summer league, he actually was pretty good. I mean, I know it's a summer league, but he was still pretty good. There's upside to him. There's tremendous upside with Wiggins, and there's upside to Bennett. And you get a first-round pick. I know it's going to be, not that great of a pick, but at least it's something. Wiggins, if he does end up becoming a star, then you win. You're good. You got a star on the team. If he's a restricted free agent after his 3 years. If he does become, an all-star within those 3 years, which it's a possibility, you could sign him to a max contract, and then you have a face of the franchise, Andrew Wiggins. Where if you trade with the Warriors, you're not gonna have Harrison Barnes or Klay Thompson is going to be your face of your franchise. That doesn't look good. At least with Andrew Wiggins, if he does become what everybody assumes he might be, then you have a face of the franchise. You have a star. If I'm the Timberwolves, I'm taking that deal without question. You're betting. I know it's a bet. You don't know if he's gonna be. He might suck, which I highly doubt, but it could happen. But then again, you're not going to win anything with Klay Thompson, David Lee, and Harrison Barnes. I mean, you could trade them, but, what are you really going to get? What are you really going to get for David Lee? Nobody wants his contract. Trust me, if it was that easy to trade for him, the Warriors would have traded him by now. With, I don't know how much he's making next season, $12 million, I don't even know. Klay Thompson, he's a good player, but you're not going to get anything big for him. And Harrison Barnes, again, you're not going to get anything big for him either. So, if I'm you, Minnesota, trade for Wiggins. There's a reason he's the number one pick in probably the highest rated draft, the most hyped up draft within the last 10 years. I haven't seen a draft this hyped up since 2003. So, Timberwolves, you know what to do. Alright, catch y'all later.